Right. Anyone can sign clients on LinkedIn, literally anyone. And you can sign about 4 months consistently, whether you charge 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. You can literally sign 4 clients every single month on LinkedIn. You're probably around 20,000 messages. I know you're probably thinking that's a lot, but when you work out, it's only about 600 messages a day, which is, it might sound a lot, but I mean, if you want to get to 25, 50, 100,000, then, you're going to send those messages. You're going to find a way to send it, or you're going to get a VA to help you. And so in this video, I'm going to show you the exact process in order to sign those 4 clients. And I'm really broken this down into a T. I made it super simple for you to understand, just because I don't want you to just take this, listen to this video and just like go about and just daydream and just forget I ever existed. I want you to pause this video, watch it, implement, watch the whole thing, get a notepad and pen, or use your phone, or use your Google Doc, and follow everything I'm telling you to do, because you will sign 4 clients. I literally followed the same thing. Last month I signed 6 clients. It's been my biggest month in business, which has been obviously crazy. I've been putting in the work, but now I'm going to try and help as many people as I can to do the same process. And guys, I'm actually creating a free school community on just how to generate leads on LinkedIn. So if you're interested in joining it, it's completely for free. There'll be a link in the description below. Join, introduce yourself, and let's all book meetings together, and let's all win on the platform. And I'm using the same sort of strategies and infrastructures that has helped all these clients I've worked with in the past scale. There's Jason here, there's Regini, there's Tara, there's Will, probably one of my best clients so far. The guy's 19. He's signed his 3rd client here, so there's no bullshit. Third client secured, everyone, and this is all on LinkedIn. All on LinkedIn, literally. Vermel added $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue to his business. Jose went from a complete beginner to, like, honestly, he's getting like hundreds of thousands of impressions a month. Venus scaled to 20K, and Tobago, complete beginner. A lot of these guys actually found me off YouTube too. So everything I'm everything I'm going to tell you on this video, please just do it. Like, I'm actually begging, because it's actually going to work, and you're going to get results, and you're going to join my community, and you might want to work with me in the future potentially. But yeah, let's dive straight into it. And if you're new to this channel, obviously welcome. This is myself. My name is Joshua Bell. Feel free to add me on LinkedIn, and I basically help agency owners, coaches, any online service provider generate leads on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is going to die soon, guys. Give it about 2 to 3 years. So if you're just starting out on LinkedIn, you're still pretty early. In about 2 to 3 years, it's going to get oversaturated, over populated. It's going to be too hard, and you're just not going to generate business, and you might just have to like go somewhere else, unless you're like an authority in your field. So, for instance, for myself, in about 2 years, I should at least have, in my opinion, with the way I'm going, why can't I get to 50,000, 100,000 followers? And that's gonna help me, because I started 2, 3 years ago. So the earlier you start, the better. That's creating content. That's reaching out to business on there. And the great thing about LinkedIn, guys, you can literally just search in your ideal client. It's not like Instagram or Facebook. You can really like be specific with who you want to help. You can use sales nav, and you can go ahead and just reach out to them. You can literally go into LinkedIn right now and reach out to like someone worth $1 billion, someone worth tens of hundreds of $1 million. Send them a personalized message. Next thing you know it, you're speaking to their team, you're speaking to them, and they're wiring you 25,000. Like, literally, it's crazy how this platform can literally just change your life. It's personally changed my life. It's allowed me to work where I want, when I want, however I want. I don't like waking up early in the mornings. I wake up 10, 11 a.m. by work, late at night. And this is because all my business has been generated from LinkedIn. I would say 80% of my business is generated from LinkedIn, 20% on YouTube. I did have emails in the past, but I mean, the main part of my business is through LinkedIn. And I'm going to share with you how to, sign. I signed 6 clients last month. Easy, no problem. Like, one call, there you go, done. All on LinkedIn, because I've got a brand, because I post content, because I reach out to people, because I just be myself, like, literally. And I'm going to share exactly how you can do this, and just how to win. And it all just starts off with, like, in order to win, you don't be a bitch. You're probably not going to like, I mean, you're going to like what I probably tell you in this video, but there's going to be a lot of work. So just basically don't be a bitch, and just do the work and suck it up, and get your phone, throw it somewhere else, and lock in. I know it's hard. Like, it's hard to win. Like, it's easy to win, but it's hard to win, because like, you need to learn how to focus. If you don't know how to focus, then you're not going to win. So firstly, like, go and learn how to focus. I'm not a mindset coach. I don't know, like, listen to like to the music in the background to help you concentrate, and just zone in, because a lot can be achieved through zoning in. There's someone right now that's making double the amount of money, but but he's making double the amount of money because he's focused, and you might even be smarter, but just generally because he can just focus on a screen for that long, um, for maybe like 4 or 5 hours a day without getting distracted, he's making a shit ton of more money than you. So just make sure you're focused, whether you're watching his video, whether you implement everything I tell you, and you'll be fine. Honestly, you're gonna absolutely kill it. I know people watching this video is gonna absolutely kill it. So let's just dive straight into this, guys. So in order to win on LinkedIn, like I said, I've made it really simple, just because I want you to go ahead and implement. I don't want you wasting time. Either you pause the video and you implement, or you watch the whole video, you take some notes, and then you implement. And so there is not in no like particular order in terms of what to do first, second, third. Probably your profile, just get that sorted out as soon as possible. But then you need a good offer. You need to create really good content. I'm going to tell you how to create content. My content's been exploding recently, and I'm going to share with you why it's been exploding in my opinion, and why it's doing well, and why LinkedIn is pushing my post out more than it ever has, essentially, because my post has never done this well in recent times, and I've been posting on LinkedIn regularly for the last 2 years. So now I've actually worked out, okay, what actually does well on LinkedIn. Outbound, so what you say in your outbound messages, just having patience too, that's a big thing. Just like figuring out what to do in the meantime before you get to your 25,000 a month or 50,000 a month. Well, what can I do in the meantime so I don't lose my head, so I don't lose my shit? Like, what can I do? That's actually a big thing too, because that's where people give up, they lose patience because they don't know what to do in the meantime. Alex Simosi says it all the time, like, what can I do in the meantime until I get to 100K a month? Like, how can I become a patient person? So I'm going to talk to you about that. Testing's a massive thing. Not a lot of people test too much. Too many people give up early. We all know that picture of the guy digging for the treasure and the other guy walking past when he's nearly there. People just give up early, in my opinion. Scaling, so scaling with volume and VAs, how to leverage VAs, how to hire VAs. I mean, this is going to be crazy. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to go into detail. Like, generally, if you watch this whole video, you just go ahead, implement everything I say. You'll get results, probably join my community, and then you might want to work with me in the future. Well, that's my whole plan anyways. So, all right, cool. Let's dive straight into the profile. So with your profile here, it's pretty simple. I mean, go on Canva, either literally take a screenshot of this maybe and just share, and go into like Fiverr, Upwork, PH Jobs, and tell someone to basically, can I have a profile like this? And with your profile, so you can have a mess around with it, you can have your face in there, but you really want to just, as soon as I click your profile, I need to understand what you do, who you help, how you help them, etc. Because once I understand that, it's just going to make me feel like, okay, is this someone that can help me? If it is, I'm going to carry on scrolling and check their headline, check their about section, etc. So super important to stand out, include your brand colors. You also want a call to action, whether that's book a call with you or join my free community. I'm personally in the works of changing my banner just because I'm more going towards my free stuff, and then my free stuff get good results. I want to get people good results on my free stuff, and then naturally they'll just reach out to me or book a call with me, etc. So that's the approach I'm going with. You can say book a call, subscribe to my newsletter, join my free community, etc. Go to my featured section to check my process. So just a clear call to action, because remember, you want to take someone along the journey when they click your profile. You want them to go from the banner to the headline to watching the video in the featured section to booking a call. And so, but if they don't have something to follow, if you're not telling them what to do, they're just going to go about their day and, forget you ever existed. So that's literally the banner. Don't overcomplicate it. If you're not a graphic designer, if you're not very I'm not good at this stuff, to be honest with you, this gets outsourced. I don't want to hear it because I'm a very particular person, and I won't have the patience to make my banner look like this. So, that just gets outsourced for literally like $30. Like, you could do it $30, $40. Obviously, I've invested a lot of money into my banner. I mean, my whole profile has cost me at least $1,000 over the years, refining over time, but it's definitely made me a lot more money than $1,000. So that's in terms of the banner. In terms of the headline, very simple. I help. ICP means ideal client profile, get outcome in time frame, or there's different variations. So pretty much simple. The whole, don't overcomplicate the banner. Just make it super easy to understand. That's literally it. You want someone to click your profile. I mean, you want a bunch of like a child, 10-year-old child, 12-year-old child. Would they be able to understand what you do and how you help them? And if they do, if you feel like a child be able to understand what you do, then you're on the right path. Oh, sorry, guys. So, featured section. With the featured section, in my opinion, you need a VSL. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you know what a VSL is. A video sales letter. And this is where you explain what you do, how you help people. You might have some case studies. Explain what it's like to work with you. It's a done for you service. Is it done with you? Is it a hybrid? And then a call to action. If you're interested in potentially working with me, feel free to click the link below and book a call. This video, this VSL is important. Pin it into your LinkedIn profile and just make it easy to understand again. So you can make up to 5 to 7 minutes. I found that's like a sweet spot, even though people's attention spans are, second to none nowadays. But it's just get to the point, have a big, bold offer, explain your process, maybe explain why you're unique, include case studies, testimonials if you have. If you don't, just explain the process and you need to speak like with conviction, like sound like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He might not have case studies, but he knows what he's doing. And sound like that on the sales call too. There's so many people that I've closed when I was first starting out because you just have to sound like you know what you're doing. Even though you might not know, you might not be 100%, you need to speak with conviction. And then a simple call to action, like I said. So that's it for the VSL. And obviously include case studies, client interviews, my own personal profile on LinkedIn. If you want to see it here, let me just get it up for you guys. It's pretty much as you can see here, I have a free community showing founders how to book more meetings. Click the link below. And then this is just my case studies. And you need to leverage case studies. I don't know why people don't a lot. Maybe because they don't really have great case studies. So my whole profile is just flooded with case studies. And it works because I know people have said, Josh, I've watched your case studies, etc. I'm interested in speaking with you. So that's what you want to do with the feature section. Don't overcomplicate it. In terms of the about section, you can pause this and just copy it. I really don't care. Just get to the point too and just explain. Let me get my face in the camera again. Give me a second. So you basically, there we go. So you want to explain, you help target audience achieve specific outcome with core solution or system. Recent results, if you don't have recent results, that's fine. Just use this bit. And then go to my feature section. So you always want to tell them to go to your feature section. You can include external links, but the thing about that, I don't really do it anymore just because they can't click the link and it takes them onto the page. They have to copy and paste it. And people are that lazy, they probably don't want to do it. So maybe include these links. I mean, you can include your email in your actual LinkedIn. So contact information, you can include it here. But in terms of your email address, okay, that's fine. Your YouTube, you can put in your feature section so they can just click it. And then book a call, you can also put that in your featured section. And with your feature section, when you're telling someone to book a call, you kind of want to take them through a process. Like you don't just want them to book a call. And you need to also ask them a question specifically of the problems you're trying to solve. So for me, for instance, it's do you want to generate 3 to 5 warm leads every single week on LinkedIn? Once they click that, takes them onto a VSL and they watch the VSL, they check the case studies, and then after they watch the VSL, then they book the call. But a lot of people just have book a call and it's just very saturated, very salesy. But try a different approach. That's the approach that I use. And that's the approach a lot of founders use on LinkedIn. The ones that they know what they're doing. Essentially, a lot of people don't really know what they're doing when it comes to the whole book of calling. And that's pretty much it. Here's some examples. It's not very difficult, and just go ahead and do that. And just don't overcomplicate the about section too, because to be honest with you, a lot of people don't even read this. The main things that people read on LinkedIn, from what I've seen, is they'll check your banner because it's the biggest real estate on your profile. That's why make sure if you're not good at graphics, you're not good at designing stuff on Canva and shit, just outsource this. Get an actual proper designer to do this because this will actually make you a lot of money. I believe my banners made me a lot of money just because it just states clearly what I do. Your headline's important. This call to action is important, and then your feature section. Those are probably the most important things. I mean, I've not really seen. I've never come across someone say, "Oh, Josh, I've read your about section and this and that." No, they'll be like, "Oh, Josh, I've seen your headline. I've seen your banner. I watched your testimonials, etc. Can we have a chat?" So make sure you get those right and don't overthink the about section. So that's with the profile, guys. In terms of your offer, so I don't want to go too much into this with your offer, because basically with offers in any business, my bit, like for instance, I'm doing like mentorship, marketing, whatever. You need to just find a way to stand out on your positioning. So the offer and positioning is different. So if I was to offer lead generation, what I do, which I'm a bit different, and the reason why I book so many more calls, because I say to prospects, I say, I just wanted to reach out. Would you be open to finding a way to generate leads on LinkedIn? And then what we'll do, we'll place a virtual assistant into your account that you only pay on the commission only. And then we'll keep them in house so you don't have to get burnt by other marketing agencies in the future. You see how that's positioned, that offer and the positioning is different to just like, hey, do you need leads? We'll help you. Like I'm telling you right now, and if you're probably like, I don't care if you copy that message, because is ways I'll always find different ways to position my offer. But you can see how that stands out to just saying, hi, do you want leads on LinkedIn? Let me know and I can help you. I just said no. I'll help you generate leads. Like this is literally what I do. I help you generate leads within the first month, and then we'll place a VA to come into your account who will take care of your content, take care of your outbound, and once they've done that, we would you would only have to pay them on a commission basis only, and they'll become a team member. You can have them in house forever and pay them like $400-500 a month. So you don't ever have to use a marketing agency in the future and get burnt. Like that is what you call, in my opinion, that's a good offer. So that's why I tell my clients, even myself, I'm always trying to get better with my offer and things like that. So that's offer and positioning. In terms of content, so let's dive straight into it. This might be a long one. So with content, what I've personally been seeing on my profile. So if I had to go to my profile now, and my impressions, etc., my best performing content. To be fair, my best performing content when I'm just talking about like random stuff, just about my life, and because I went to Paris the other day and I was traveling, because there's so many people that do similar stuff to me. But the reason why people are going to want to work with me and maybe not my competition is because they like me, maybe, or they look like me, or they sound like me, or they just, they just know that I get it, and they know once upon a time I was once in their position and I couldn't bring meetings, and so make sure your content, you're not just saying, oh, here's how to generate leads, like make sure your content's not too salesy. Just be yourself. Talk about random shit. Like you don't need to always talk about business. And people are just be like, oh, like I like the way he creates content. I've literally had so many people message me saying, I love the way you create content, and I'm just creating content now just about random stuff. So if I was to go the last 7 days, so yeah, this is one of my posts, and I was just saying, be careful on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's got this weird fake energy vibes, and it does, because everyone's friends on here. There's no, everyone's too nice. I don't really trust a platform where everyone's too nice, and I just talked about it, and I said that maybe one day I'm going to get blocked permanently. To be honest, I don't really care. I just use my brother's account. Um, and I just, yeah, this is the post. Feel free to follow me on LinkedIn and read this. I'm not going to read all of it. And it got 50 likes, 40 comments, and over 1,000 impressions. And the reason why I post done well, because it's like it's a just a me being honest, and how can I explain it? It's just a harsh, just a reality like that, because people are scared to actually, I get it now. So people are scared to actually write this, and the fact that I've just written it and I don't care, and people know that LinkedIn's got this like weird fake vibes type shit. Like it's not like the other platforms where you can get instant feedback from your post, because on LinkedIn, I mean on Instagram and all these platforms, you don't get, on Instagram and on these platforms, you don't get, you get instant feedback. Sorry, you get instant feedback. But here, if you've done a shit post or good post, you you'll still get loved and say, oh, you're great, great insights and all that shit. And it's just fake. So that post done really well. So don't be afraid to actually give your own opinion with, when it comes to content, and like, fuck anyone else's feeling. Like if you want to say something that's like harsh And some people will totally disagree, or some people be like, "What the hell is you on about?" Then just say it, because those are the posts that do really well on the platform. So let's just check another example of a post that's done really well. This is another one. So, and don't worry too much about. So when you make a post, obviously, if you add a picture, LinkedIn does like that, and your post would probably get better impressions, better engagement. But if you actually want to learn the skill of copywriting, try and write without a picture. And so you actually need to be good with your writing. And because if you're actually good, for instance, like this post, I didn't have a picture, but it still did quite well. Because I'm not, I wouldn't say I've mastered the skill of copywriting, but I kind of know how to write. As you can see, my sentences are short, easy to read. There's got a good hook on here. So these are the first two sentences that you need to hook someone in. Be careful on here. LinkedIn's got this weird fake energy sometimes. ... See more. And then people are going to want to click that because everyone's on LinkedIn. People know there's this weird fake energy here. And that's probably why it done so well. Literally because of the hook. The hook probably made this post. And then obviously a lot of people were engaging in the comments, and they knew, like, people knew that what I was saying is true. And that's probably why it done so well. So just in terms of, let's just go back and explain like why this post done well too. As I said, because of the image here too. And look, I even made a spelling mistake. I figured out instead of how I put HOE. So like I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Don't really care. It's due to cut well. And another reason why this done well too, because of the hook. I'm not a LinkedIn guru. I'm not a LinkedIn guru, bro. I never want to be called that. And like I'm trying to create content and create posts literally how I would talk to my friends in person. It doesn't need to be like this formal, like posh, like email type stupid shit. Like I'm literally writing posts how I would speak in person. I think that's the reason why my content is done so well, and people will actually be like, yeah, like I really like your post, because yeah, and that's just the reality. Because I used to post like how they told me to post. Josh, you got to post like this. Make sure it's nice. Make sure you speak well, and make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. And at some capacity that I probably need to do that, but I don't need to. I can just be myself. And the good thing about being yourself, you're gonna attract your ideal perfect clients, because when you're someone you're not, you're just gonna attract people that like you probably don't want to work with. It's gonna become a nightmare. So that's in terms of like content and being yourself. In terms of like the different type of content, obviously it varies. So storytelling is probably the biggest one. If you can master how to storytell, I'm sure you've listened to this before. I'm sure someone on YouTube or someone you've come across has told you to like storytell. That will work really well. Basically what you want to do, you want to tell a story related back to your business with a call to action. You do that every day, you'll print money pretty much. Lead magnet posts do really well. I personally haven't done lead magnet posts in a while. I probably need to get back onto it because all my story posters are performing so well. But yeah, lead magnets kill it. Unpopular opinions too. Like if I go in here, I've literally got so many examples for my clients, etc. So let me just give you an example. So nobody cares about your credentials, your degree, certifications, and fancy titles doesn't matter as much as you think. Like that's a sort of unpopular, opinion sort of post, which would do quite well. And then in terms of intro posts, so if you're still watching this video, like well done, you're gonna do well. And with an intro post, I'm sure 90% of people haven't done this on LinkedIn. So go right now and do an intro post with a good picture and explain exactly what you do. Make it super clear, super easy to understand, so easy that a child be able to understand. Sorry, and go ahead and post it tomorrow at 9:30, and just go ahead and do it. That's going to do well. That would actually, you can genuinely go viral from that. You can genuinely generate leads from doing that. So make sure you go ahead and do it like straight away, like no wasting time, because it just works. It's worked so many of my clients. Let me just share with you that it works. Let me just go to one of my clients. Jin Kong, she's in SaaS. We did one here, and I think she's even pinned it in her featured section. Yeah, here we go. I literally crafted this on one of my calls. She's literally a client of mine about a month ago. and she got 155 likes. Like she said, Josh, I've never got obviously this amount of likes, and 29 comments, which is awesome. And people are like, oh, I never knew you had that offer. Oh, I'm interested in speaking with you. So that let alone can just generate you leads. No problem at all. So that's it with content, guys. It's very, very simple. It's like, just do it. Don't be a bitch, remember. Do the work. Do some storytelling posts. Do lead magnet posts. Do unpopular opinion intro posts, educational and value-based posts too. You can do this too. But the main ones is probably storytelling and lead magnet and unpopular opinions once you've done the intro post. Intro post, you can reintroduce yourself on the platform every 3 months. If you go viral, you need to do an intro post. So for instance, let's just say on my LinkedIn, I wake up tomorrow. So how many followers have I got? So let's just say I wake up tomorrow with like 10,000 followers. I would instantly do an intro post. If I make a post, it goes viral. And so I can just make sure, okay, people actually know what I do, and all my new followers too, which is another hack that no one really talks about, because you have to pay for all this information. I'm going to give you, I'm giving you all this information for free. So, and yeah, guys, by the way, don't forget to, if you genuinely need help, go into my free community, or if you just want me one-on-one, like a mentorship, just book a call with me and I'll see, if I can potentially help you. Obviously, I don't help everyone, but, if there's a fit there, I'll be more than happy to potentially help and just give you like a proper system that you can follow to book meetings on LinkedIn forever, for the next 2-3 years at least, while this app is still popping. Okay, great. Let's go back onto the Miro board. So I've talked about profile, talked about offer with position, I've talked about content. And let's talk about outbound now. Outbound's pretty simple. And there's 3 parts of outbound. There's literally, don't overcomplicate it. There's part 1. There's part 1. There's part 2. And there's part 3. Part 1 is so you want to connect to someone first. Once they accept the connection, wait a few hours, like their post, comment, and then send them a message. Send them a message. It depends. If you have a really good offer like my one, you can pitch them straight away. But if you sound like 99.9% of people, you have to make it personalized. You have to just start a conversation. Like with the whole pitching, the reason why pitching fails for some people, because you just don't have an irresistible offer. So for instance, I was actually testing this offer today. You can actually see it in my DMs, and I think it might have got some people interested. Because obviously this guy said, I don't have a budget, which is fine. I was actually testing an offer. So what I said to Rachel here, I've been speaking to her for a while actually, and I said, hey Rachel, I'll create a webinar to attract your ideal clients and provide you the exact framework to position yourself effectively. Typically, 10% of attendees will want to book a call, and with a 25% close rate, you will land new clients. We'll take 50% of the cut of the deals you close, which is open to conversation. And my VA's been sending this out, and it's been getting really positive replies, because this is a good offer. I'll create a webinar for you, do all the back end, making sure people show up. You make 50 grand and we take 15%, and that's it. You don't have to do anything. If you're a coach, agency owner, consultant, they'll be stupid not to potentially at least want more information. And so that's how you create a no-brainer offer, and that's how you can pitch people from the jump. If you don't have a good offer, I suggest you just click her profile and say, hey, thanks for connecting. How's it going on LinkedIn, etc. And that way works. I've literally done it this week. I would say, hey, always nice to, connect with, fellow agency owners. Hope you're doing well. How long have you been on the platform for? And then the spark conversation, they'll ask me. They'll have a few more interactions. And then eventually I'll just go in and maybe explain what I do, or they'll just ask me. I'll be giving value. I'll be telling, seeing your profile, I think you might be able to do this. Your content's good. Maybe do this. Just take this. And then they'll be like, okay, Josh, thanks. What do you actually do, etc. And then boom, that's my time to, work my magic and see if they're open to, some help. Yeah. So with outbound outreach, it does work. A lot of people say, oh, you don't necessarily need to want to spam, but with outreach, if you have a good offer, you get people to book a call with you, 100%. So just take that out of your mind. and shift your mindset, because outreach and cold outreach like does work. Like literally, I'm sure if you're still watching this video now, you've seen people scale to 100K, 50K, 30K, definitely 10K with doing cold outreach. So make sure you're onto that. So let's go back. So just talking a little bit more about outreach. And if you're pitching straight away, there's the initial message I explained now. There's the mini pitch. So if they're open to more information, you explain, just give a mini pitch in terms of what you do. If I was to give you an actual SOP right now, so this is what my clients get inside my program, etc. Like I said, if you're interested, feel free to book a call. Let's go to the outbound SOP here. And as you can see here, there's 3 steps to booking a call: opener, mini pitch, calendar send. And with the mini pitch, it's very, very simple. Once they say, okay, yeah, sure, I'm open to more information, you would say that. You would say this, or pause this, take it, you can have it, I don't really care. And this is the mini pitch. Once you send the mini pitch, you would then, and they're open to more information, you would then offer them 2 days, 2 times, or you just send them over your calendar link and you book a call. And that's it. And that's how you book calls. Booked, done, like literally. There's nothing else to it. There's 3 steps. You shouldn't be having too much conversations with people in the DMs. Like, just get straight to the point. Remember, LinkedIn, people are there for business, so they're not really there to people are there to network, and maybe some are there to make friends. But hey, we're trying to make money here. I know if you're watching this video, trying to make money, so just get to the point. Be friendly, be professional, but don't mind going straight to the point. Just make sure that you're there to do what you want and come out. So in terms of patience, this is a big one. Like, it's literally a patience game, guys. Like, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I've only booked 1 call today, which has been my VA was not feeling well, so she didn't do outreach, which is fine. I don't use automations. If I was to use automations, I'd probably use HeyReach or Ulink. So if you need automations, use HeyReach or Ulink. I don't have any affiliate links. Those are the ones that I've just seen work really well. And just be patient. Like, understand that, you might not book a call in the first day, 2 days, 3 days. But if you keep doing the work, if you're patient, if you're doing a lot of testing, too, which I'm going to explain in a minute, you eventually book 1 call, and then 2, and then 5, and then 10, and then 100, and then you'll print so much money. So just be patient and just understand that it's obviously a process, and things don't happen overnight. Like, to make a lot of money, it's not going to be easy. Like, especially if you've never made money before, if you've never booked calls, if you've never signed clients. Like, what do you expect? Like, this is a harsh rap. This is life. Like, nothing is going to be easy. So don't beat yourself up and don't cry and get upset if you don't book calls straight away. And then with testing, so with messaging, I test every maybe 500 messages. If we're not within KPI, then I would change the message. So make sure you're testing. So for instance, this is my dashboard. I reached out to 12. I don't even think my VA's tracked this properly, but I've literally reached out to about, that's 19. Okay, she has nearly 20,000 people in January. Positive replies here. Let's get them. See how many. So it's quite a lot of positive replies, to be fair. 145 positive replies, and then out of 145 positive replies, it was a good month. It's actually not a bad month. And then we booked 55 calls. 55 calls. So those are the numbers, guys. Like, these are the spreadsheets. Like I said, this is the spreadsheets I have, my clients have, etc. And just make sure you're just having everything and you can see visually, because if you don't know numbers, if you don't know your metrics, how many people you're reaching out to, positive reply rates, cost per acquisition, how much money do you need to put in to sign a client? How many people do you need to reach out to sign a client? So you might need to reach up to 10,000 people to sign 1 client. Once you figure that out, then boy, you're just going to print money. So make sure that you know these numbers. It's kind of hard to track sometimes. I still find it hard to track myself, but make sure you try and do it as much, as to the best of your ability, I guess, if you want to do well. So let's go now to scaling with volume and with VAs. So once you're hitting, 2-3 calls a day, and maybe you sign a client and you have some money to invest, they've given you 3K up front or 2K up front, and you can invest a little $500 into a VA. this is when stuff gets easier, because all this outreach you're doing in the past, you can get a VA to do it, and you can find them on LinkedIn. Obviously Facebook groups is really good. I found my best employees on Facebook, on PH Jobs, on LinkedIn. Suzette is my personal assistant. She came from LinkedIn. I literally just like messaged her on LinkedIn. She was an appointment setter. Kim, my head of my outbound setter, she came from Facebook. Kenneth, that used to work with me in the past, he came from PH Job. I have someone else called Claire too. She came from PH Jobs too. No, sorry, Kenneth come from Upwork. So they all came from 3 different platforms. So have a look around. And with hiring, is literally the same process of finding clients. Like, it's going to take time. It's going to be hard. But when you find the right person, you're laughing. The websites, the job descriptions, like the workflow they need to do, the contract they need to sign, the guidelines. Like, when they start working with you, well, they need guidelines. Like, they need just simple things like, if there's an emergency, keep you posted. If you don't understand anything, don't hesitate to ask, because you're the founder, they're the employees. Like, sometimes they're very like shy people, especially people like the Philippines. They're shy. They don't want to, you know, they they don't want to say anything. So I've got company guidelines that I take them through before wanting to work with me, and that they reports. Obviously the application form they have to fill in, because I'm actually looking for more setters too, and they have to fill out a form, etc. And then the interview questions I ask them, and then like how to actually pay them. So these are my setters, they have their own sort of spreadsheet. So I know every the 15th and 30th is when I pay my setters, how much I need to pay them, how many booked calls they had, etc. So the hiring process is long. Like I said, like it's not a joke. But if you can get this right, you'll be chilling for sure, and you'll definitely be like, you wake up to like, the first feeling when I woke up to like maybe 6 calls on my calendar, I said, okay, yeah, life is definitely going to get a lot more easier. So it's good. It's definitely a good feeling. And then obviously I've explained like tracking and how to do that. So yeah, just make sure you track everything. What you want to track is, like I explained, positive replies, how many people you reach out to, cost per acquisition, how many people you like sending your calendar link to, etc. So those are the main metrics you want to track. And that's pretty much it for the video, guys. So if you watched to the end, I respect you. If you found this, valuable, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, free school community. I'm launching one. I'm just trying to give as much value. I genuinely believe I'm going to be the best sort of LinkedIn consultant, whatever, mentorship guy. I don't even know what I'm calling myself at this point. Just a guy that helps, founders generate leads so they can, sign clients and make a lot of money on LinkedIn. I'm that guy. So if you need additional help, if you want more like one-on-one help with me, obviously the school community is going to be a lot of people in there. I can't help everyone personally. But if you want more help one-on-one, then feel free to book a call, add me on LinkedIn, connect with me. And, I'm not just going to, people that come from my YouTube, whether they're just like, they like my work, they're fans, etc. I'm going to interact with everyone. So don't be afraid, don't be shy. And I'll chat to you, and yeah, and I'll see if I can potentially help you. So that's it for the video. Just literally implement everything I've said in this video, and you would sign for clients. Like, I'm telling you, I'm guaranteed you're going to do it. Just make sure that you just copy everything I've said. I don't care, copy word for word. Like, I literally don't care, because I want to see a lot of you win on this, on this journey. Because within 2 years, LinkedIn is going to be, it's only going to be good for people that have built a brand from now. Everyone else, if you don't start now, it's going to be too late, and you're going to have to go on another platform. But people like myself, I'm going to be an A player in 2 years, and I'm going to be generating so much business that I don't know what to do. I'll be printing, I don't know, I'll be making easily 500, 250K a month, because I started early. And LinkedIn, it's literally too early. So jump on it now. When Gary Vee says, start early, like start now. He was telling people to like jump on different platforms like 5 years ago. Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm the black Gary Vee, like start now, start on LinkedIn now. It's going to be like, you're going to print money. All right, guys, that's it. I'm talking too much now. Catch you next one. Peace.